Okay, so let's talk about the invisible rules that basically run our digital lives. Internet security protocols. They're working silently in the background every single time you go online. And honestly, without them, the internet as we know it just, well, it wouldn't work. Let's get right into it.
So let me ask you this. When you type in your credit card number to buy something online, or you send a private email, what is actually stopping anyone, from just plucking that information out of thin air? I mean, it kind of feels like magic, right? But it's not. It's technology, and it's absolutely crucial.
Because you have to remember, without any rules, the internet is basically the Wild West. Think about it like sending a postcard, but you've written your bank details on the back for the entire world to see. That's exactly what sending information online would be like. Your data, it'd be completely exposed, totally up for grabs.
So, how do we fix that? How do we bring order to all that chaos? Well, we use a digital rulebook, and this is where security protocols come into play. They're the sheriffs, they're the traffic laws, they're the locked doors of this digital world. They're what create a safe space out of all that potential mayhem. So what is a security protocol, really? Well, to put it simply, it's just a set of rules and procedures that keeps your data safe while it's zipping between computers. It tells the systems how to scramble the data, how to prove who they are, and how to set up a secure, private connection right from the start.
Now, I love this slide because it makes these big abstract ideas really easy to get. Think of data theft online. It's just like car theft. Someone eavesdropping on your connection. That's like being followed down the street. Authentication. That's just an ID check, plain and simple. And encryption. Well, that's the armored car carrying your valuables from point A to point B.
All right, let's start with the one you've definitely seen, even if you never really thought about what it means. We're talking about that little lock icon up in your browser's address bar. This is pretty much the most common sign you'll see that a security protocol is doing its job.
So that little lock means the site is using HTTPS, which stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. It's basically the secure, beefed-up version of the old web protocol, and its whole job is to encrypt the connection between you and the website. This is totally non-negotiable for any site that handles sensitive info, from your bank to your social media.
And the engine that makes all of this HTTPS magic happen? It's a protocol called TLS, or Transport Layer Security. Now, you might have heard of its older cousin, SSL, but for all intents and purposes, TLS is the modern, much more secure standard that's taken its place. It's what scrambles your data and makes sure a website is the real deal, not some clever fake.
But of course, this stuff goes way beyond just browsing websites. These protocols are working behind the scenes in pretty much everything you do online, whether you're working from home or just shooting off a quick email. First up, let's talk about the VPN, the Virtual Private Network. The absolute best way to think about a VPN is as your own personal, private, and totally encrypted tunnel that cuts right through the public internet.
And this lays it out perfectly. Your device connects to a special VPN server, and that creates the secure tunnel. Inside that tunnel, everything you do is scrambled. It hides your real location, your IP address, and makes it incredibly hard for anyone, especially on, say, a public coffee shop Wi-Fi, to snoop on what you're doing.
Then you've got the more specialized stuff, like SSH or Secure Shell. Now, you probably won't ever use this yourself, but the people who run the internet, they use it all the time. It lets system admins securely log in and manage servers from anywhere in the world. It is vital for keeping the backbone of the internet safe.
And what about your email? Your inbox is protected by a whole team of protocols working together. SMTP with TLS encrypts the email while it's traveling. But then you have this trio, DKIM, SPF, and DMARC, and they act like detectives. Their job is to verify that the sender is who they say they are. This is our best defense against all those fake spoofed emails and phishing attacks.
So, when you pull all of these different pieces together, what you get is more than just a bunch of technical rules. What you get is the very foundation of trust for the entire digital world.
So look, here is the crucial point, the big takeaway. These protocols are the unsung heroes of the internet. They protect our data in transit, they stop devastating cyber attacks, and they make it possible for us to shop and talk and live online. They're the technology that makes digital trust even possible. There's this quote that really just puts it perfectly. Every secure website, app, and service you use depends on them. It's such a simple statement, but it captures the massive, universal importance of this whole invisible system.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought, a question to chew on. As our homes, our cars, our whole lives become more and more digital, what new dangers are we going to face? And what's the next critical security rule we're going to have to invent just to keep ourselves safe?